Coming from the land of Hyrule, Ravio appears to be nothing but an ordinary shopkeeper who assists the hero of Hyrule while also turning a hefty profit. However, under the bunny mask of this strange man is the heart of a hero, and he's here at last to fight in Hyrule Warriors and perhaps win back just a little bit of his pride. In battle, Ravio is a dark element character wielding an oversized hammer, alongside a number of other tools which he keeps in his shop, including the Gale Boomerang, bombs, ice rod, and bow and arrow. Let's take a closer look at this mysterious fighter and see what he can really do. Ravio's standard attack string consists of 6 different attacks in total. He will swing his hammer left, swing it up, swing it back down, create a bomb and bop it forward while swinging, which if it hits its enemies will also bring them back towards him, after which he will spin wildly forward and then enlarge his hammer for a big final smash downwards. This attack string is decent. Ravio himself doesn't move too far forward, but I do like how some of the attacks bring the enemy back to you so you can continue wailing on them. It's also better for hitting single targets in the way that it combos with his heavy attack, which we'll cover next. You can see that Ravio does not have any kind of charging mechanic, so instead, hitting heavy attack will make him bring out his ice rod. The rod can do 2 different types of attacks which are dependent on how long you hold down the button. A tap or a short hold will make him summon a large block of ice above and drop it down in front of him, and any enemies that it hits will be knocked away from Ravio. Holding down the button all the way will make him summon up 4 spikes of ice from the ground, which attacks in a half circle in front of him. Any enemies that are hit by this will be brought back towards Ravio, which combos really well into attacking them with your main attack string. I recommend waiting for the enemy to start marching towards you, where you can pull them in before they even have their guard up. Moving on to Ravio's combo, his first one is a simple short-range throw of the Gale Boomerang, which makes a small cyclone appear in front of him and knocks enemies upwards. There's really no surprises here, this is pretty much just a standard launcher. Next up, Ravio's second combo has him bring up an enlarged bomb and roll it forward for a short while before throwing it off for an explosion. Like most rolling attacks, you can affect the direction that you're going, but quite different here is the fact that the enemies that you roll into are not stunned by this, and you can pass by them pretty easily. Ravio's third combo has him whip out his ice rod and summon in 4 ice blocks which he brings in to crush any caught enemies. This is a useful area attack and is probably his best combo for taking down keeps, but do understand that despite the magic circle that appears, enemies are not stunned by this, and they can still knock you out of the animation. This is also Ravio's best attack to use against bosses. You can use about 2 of these while the boss is still open, and then add in a special attack to get the weak point the rest of the way down. Ravio's final combo has him summon up a tornado using his boomerang again, before using the ice rod to freeze it and any enemies that were caught. After a moment, the ice breaks and all of the enemies will be thrown back, hitting other ones around them. Those are all of Ravio's standard and combo attacks, which just leaves his 4th special attack. When used, Ravio will load 3 bomb arrows onto his bow at once and shoot them forward, which explode in a frontal cone shape. Then he'll finish off with a big whirlwind from his boomerang that hits the affected enemies. So I recommend only using it in close quarters when your enemies are already fanned out in front of you. Taking everything into account, I have to say Ravio is a bit of a mixed bag character, which I guess is kind of fitting considering he's a shopkeeper. His standard attack string is fast and damaging, but it's lacking a lot of reach unless you've already been hitting them with the first parts of it. And then from there, 2 of his 4 combos, which should stun enemies, the bomb roll and the quadruple ice slam, don't, and are thus easy for him to be knocked out of. He isn't exactly the in-your-face kind of melee character. I would say that he works better using his ice rod to pull enemies in and then hitting them while they're vulnerable, and then getting out again. At the end of the day, while I have to say that I do love Ravio, it seems that this fallen hero is mostly flash and too little substance.
And that's all, folks.